like on Sunset where there's cars. Picture yourself on Sunset Boulevard up by, Comedy Store and everything.
You love the Sunset Strip.
And yeah, dude, I grew up on the back of the 80s.
How many times have you done coke in the Rainbow Room?
Probably every time.
Did you ever meet Artie Lang?
So let's talk about this. So the Sunset Strip it's been basically the center of the LA music scene. It started in the 60s with like Jefferson Airplane and a lot of those bands would play there. Yeah. And then it was Led Zeppelin loved it too. A lot of Led Zeppelin. And then it's really well known in modern times for the 80s, for the hair metal, for the Guns N' Roses, which is, I mean, look at that t-shirt, Steve. That's where Steve
in the jungle, baby. You're
wandered
gonna die.
out of. So yeah, Steve, tell us about your history on the Sunset Strip. You guys have 2 bottles of Jack Daniels?
He's out of his mind.
He brought you a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Hey, you're going to party with the big boy. Fucking.
Take a swig of that one, too.
Okay.
Steve, take a swig and then tell me some of your wildest stories on the Sunset Strip.
So, a lot of the women, back in the 80s, you only needed to be 18 to get in the clubs. Mm-hmm. So all these girls that were 16 got all these fake IDs.
Okay.
So they're like 18 years old. Yeah, but their ID said they're 18 years old.
When we said wild stories, I don't know if this is kind of wild story.
Well, I'm just saying what was going on. Motley Crue, all those guys, they were fucking all underage girls.
Oh my! I get an accusation,
but no,
Tommy Lee's got a lot of money to sue you with.
But
Steve.
Their IDs said the women's IDs said they were 18 years old, and I never did it. But we used to just take girls down to the van because we'd park right by Gazzari's at the time down that hill. And we had a 76 Dodge Maxi van, and it had a futon in the back. It was like a fucking petri dish, man.
Wow, that is disgusting.
Wow,
dude. But we would go up on Sunset Strip, hand out flyers for like 4 hours, and then sometimes within that 4 hours, I would take, at least 1 or 2 girls down to the van and fuck them out.
Yeah.
And come back out and fuck another one.
Fuck them out?
Yeah, is that necessary? Is that an acceptable verb? Fuck out?
Fucked them out, man.
Dude, fuck them out.
These chicks had bushes back then.
So
it was fucking great.
A couple things.
Popping out of their panties.
I read the Led Zeppelin book, and Jimmy Page was like the most notorious underage girl fucker of all time. Really, really gnarly. But then also, when it comes to fucking women out, I heard that the guitarist from not from the Chili Peppers, from the Sex Pistols, Steve Jones, I think his name is.
Yeah.
I heard his move when he'd pull up in front of the Rainbow on his chopper, his big motorcycle, and he'd be like, be parked out there in me chopper for about 10 minutes or so, and then a bird's on the back. I'm driving down Sunset, ready to go fuck out. I think he used to fuck out too. So that's how it was for you, Steve, even when you weren't as famous or rich as Steve Jones.
Dude, so we would, fucking A. We got out here in 1988. We were up on that strip like 4 days a week, handing out like maybe 5,000 to 10,000 flyers for our shows. And
how was your band back then?
We started out heavy, and then Poison made it. And then we started writing a bunch of bubblegum shit.
Oh, man.
And then all of a sudden, and then Guns N' Roses came in. We're like, we need to go back to the heavier. Our problem was we were following a lot of people that made it. Yeah. I think we would have stuck to it. We were young, though. We were really young back then. So, but.
How old were you?
I was 20. I had my 23rd birthday at the Troubadour. Yeah, on Groundhog Day.
Damn.
23rd birthday at the Troubadour. We played for like 12 people there.
That's awesome.
And on my first, we had a first gig there. But by the end of before the band broke up, we were doing like the Roxy for about 300 people, and we started making a living. It takes a while because all these guys they grew up here, so the Sunset Strip is more about you're following your friends. It didn't matter if you were good or not. Some of the bands would pack the house and they sucked. But
Motley Crue.
Would you say that they sucked?
I don't think Motley Crue's music is good, but their look was very much together, and they had their image. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were the craziest, and there's nothing fake about this, image-wise. They were the craziest motherfuckers who would snort anything, put anything in their arm. They were willing to completely humiliate themselves by dressing like women, and They fucked, they fought, they snorted drugs together, and they got it together a couple of times a week to play some music that sounded halfway coherent, and voila. You got one of the most successful bands of the 80s.
So you talk about the look, back in that day, if you had long hair and you were wearing something, funky, you're going to get laid at a party.
So I imagine when you started having 300 people come to your show, pussy was not a problem.
Pussy was never a problem.
Steve, I'm going to tell you right now, Steve, long hair and dressing kind of funky, that's me, dude, to this day.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
You got to be different. Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
why, whenever I see him, I'm like, fuck, look at that outfit. Guy Reuben's like that, too. He always has this. I'm like, you're like the glam comedy guy.
So, Steve, I need you to tell me right now, I know there's a story that stands out to you that could be the peak of your life in the 80s in the Sunset Strip. I'm talking about a night where you had a show, you got sucked off beforehand at the sound check, maybe you made out with a girl who was really digging the songs during the gig, and then you fucked in the van afterwards. I want to hear a night like that, and I want to hear it right now.
And if there were some drugs involved, that's okay, too.
Well, if it was there, I would do it, If it wasn't, I didn't have to do it. I was like young, so,
All right, talk about the chick, Steve.
But, I had this, God, I should have wrote some of these stories down. There's so many of them. That's why I say I'm so glad I never got married, because it's just like a fog to me. But I remember this chick just wanted me to go to a party. And I said, no, I have to pack up my stuff and we got to go. And she goes, we're going to go party at a girlfriend's house, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so I shunned her off. Dude, I was pushing women away back in that day.
Okay, well, that's the exact opposite story that I asked you to tell me.
So this
I don't want to hear about you pushing them away.
So I'm wearing spandex, leg warmers, got my hair ratted up, and I'm getting out of my stuff to pack up my amp and my guitar. All of a sudden I hear this, knock on the door. This chick's wearing like this white miniskirt. You can see right through her fucking white thong and this pink top. And she was all made up, And she opened up the door and we started making out, and I fucked her right there on the toilet. I remember lifting her skirt up and pulling her fucking cotton panties down and going, oh, look at that. That's fucking paradise right there.
How did you...
Bush, man. The chicks were women, not like they are with you little pedophiles now.
Stop it. Don't call us.
All right, Mr. Nobody checked IDs and they were all under 18.
Shave it down. Because you guys, you know what? You guys nowadays, I don't know, individually, you guys, you're not man enough to go down in a fucking bush. You're not man.
Leo definitely isn't.
Okay, maybe
Leo won't go down to the most perfectly manicured
you
pussy.
But no, you can't do it because you're not a man.
Okay, I will tell you, my only encounter with just a full-on hairy bush happened when I was in junior college, and I started fingering her. And you're right, I would not go down on her. I fingered her, and she had massive breasts, and she was very attractive, and she jerked me off. But I was afraid to eat that vagina. And you want to know why, Steve? Because my mom, I took a shower with her when I was about 3 years old. She thought I wasn't making memories still.
Oh, no.
She thought I wasn't making memories yet, and I was. And that thing was a big, black, hairy fucking bush that reminded me, this chick who I was fingering, it could have been my mom's lower half attached to this woman. There was so much resemblance. And you'd be basically asking me why I'm not man enough to eat out my own mother. I won't.
As you get older, though, is there kind of an appeal to a bush for some reason?
No,
so you guys,
none.
So my brother in Florida twists this around because he's a little pedophile too. But he twists this. He twists this. No, if you guys want it shaved down, you're taking all the beauty away from a woman. But I'm not saying like a sprawled out bush all over their legs. Bring up an 80s Playboy magazine right now.
All right,
You'll
hold up.
We'll see what they look like.
I don't think I'm going to be into it.
You tell me if you don't get a hard on looking at this.
I'm a pedophile. If I don't get a hard on, I'm a pedophile.
Got it. Dude, I've gone down on a bush with a yeast infection
that.
on
Can
her
you bleep
period.
that, Jesse? I dropped 2. No, that'll get us demonetized. I dropped. Yeah, just bleep me spelling it too.
Danny.
Yeah.
I've gone down on a bush with a yeast infection, and she was on her period.
That's just disgusting.
Okay,
that's being a man.
No, that's you being shit-faced and down on your luck.
No, I never was down on my luck.
How fishy? That must have been like straight tuna.
I fucking loved it, man.
Oh, come on.
No, it smelled more like fucking manure.
Okay, that's the worst thing I've ever heard, I think.
Fucking
You're-
Danny.
Oh! Steve, we're
You
pulling
fuck-
up some Playboy
So there,
bush
there
right
you
now.
go. So look at that. Look at that. This is the bush I'm talking about right there.
That's
Look at
barely
that
a
shit
bush.
right there.
It's
Look,
a bush,
that don't turn you on?
No.
You're a fucking pussy.
It's a hot ass chick,
Look
so
at
I'm not
so you're
turned
gonna
on.
kick her out of your fucking bed
I
for
didn't
that.
say that. I didn't.
Victoria
Well,
Cook.
I
God,
just-
which playmate is that?
I-
She's fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, these girls are
Look
all
at-
hot.
Those were women right there. Nowadays, men have ruined women.
They-
have. Look at that. That'll fucking turn you on. Get the fuck out
They're
of
all
here.
hot chicks, Steve.
I'm
but
buying this house.
if that was an aesthetic choice to leave that bush, I would say, what are you doing? Just this is. I mean, you're hot as
with
fuck.
a
but stop.
bush on a woman, that's what puberty. When she reaches puberty, she has a bush, she has breasts, she's ready to have a child. That's what a woman looks like. But no, you young kids, you guys want to fucking fuck this stuff that's all shaved and looks like,
Okay. So because a woman takes care of her hygiene, that makes us pedophiles. Dude, what the fuck? I'm so tired.
Don't- feel about that?
Don't. Oh, that's so. This is a different kind of a thing.
Yeah, Jesse loves to pull up cocks. These are
Fucking
all
Leo-
they're always the
Fucking
biggest
Leo
cocks
took
I've
his
ever
glasses
seen.
off for
Yeah.
that one.
You know what's bullshit? All Jesse typed in is man bush cock, and all the cocks are like a foot long,
Come on.
which is fucking bullshit, dude.
But you guys, I say this with love. I know I'm kind of like jumping at you for it. But dude,
You've called us
when women
pedophiles
start-
about 18 times.
Dude, so even the 90s, they had the Lanny strip. That's fine. But show that you're a woman. I don't want to see it like skin. I don't want to see skin. I want
When's
to
the last
see.
time you had sex?
Do you want their armpits to be hairy?
I had it today with my hand. I fucking love you, Mom.
Okay, that is derogatory.
I did too. I actually had sex twice with my hand today.
So I was.
Ooh,
yeah, I
what a
probably-
one-upper, huh? But for real,
Dude, but comedy right now, I'm doing comedy videos, hanging out with you guys right now. I did all that. My last girlfriend was 10 years.
Old. So Steve, you just said once again that I mean, by that logic, do you just like all of the woman's body unshaved? Her armpits, her asshole, her upper lip?
I mean, yeah, hair on an asshole. How do you feel about hair on an asshole?
This is what I'm saying. Look at a girl in a Playboy magazine in the 80s. It will answer every
I
question.
feel like they
you
would have
have.
shaved their asshole. I feel like they just would have had the decorative strip.
Dude, they weren't, but then again, I met this girl one time with hair on her arms. I fucking fell right in love with her because I knew that shit was going to rock.
Is she lucky to have her teeth too?
No. No, she was beautiful. Yeah, I broke her heart. I fucked another girl while she was out on the staircase.
A girl with even
Ryan.
hairier arms.
Well,
Maybe the Sasquatch rolled in the town.
So, dude, I met this girl. She's from Guatemala. She was 18. I was 27.
Okay. Okay, Mr. We're all piece of shit pedophiles.
So
That's legal, but I'm just
18.
saying.
She was 18.
Yeah, I know.
She was picking up, her friend was picking up his ex-wife or whatever. But anyway, I fell in love with her. It was the first time I ever felt like just like melting looking at a woman.
Yeah.
And she was the first one. But she's from Guatemala. She was, what do you call it, Latina? So she came to one of our shows and saw all these women grabbing at us and grabbing everything. And she was so pissed off. And she wouldn't talk to me. And at the party, I was saying, I'm here with you. And she wouldn't talk to me. So I went and fucked another girl in the bathroom while she was there. But this was the woman that I loved, though.
It's easy to, those like Nicaraguan, Guatemalan women, just bring them a cabbage. And that usually pacifies them.
She was beautiful, dude. Yeah.
Well, what do you think about bringing her a cabbage? Did you ever think that might have changed things?
I juice cabbage. Yeah, I got one of those juicers, cold press.
Yeah, she probably likes that.
Yeah.
Just anything,
Dude, have you ever done
lettuce,
You want to see
cabbage.
if you're a man? Fucking drink some cabbage juice. I do it.
Should have brought her half a baguette.
Do they pick those? Do South American girls pick those?
So Leo can go down the
Believe
bush,
so.
but Danny can't.
so.
Danny
They
can't
pick
go down the
bread?
bush, right?
They pick bread.
You can't go down the bush, but Leo can.
I know, definitely. Leo, are you kidding me? Leo, that thing.
But
he
you
needs to be-
can't. You
he needs
can't
to
go
be
down on
in
a
love. He
bush,
needs to have been
right?
dating her for. Leo he looks like a woman's vagina as if it were a public toilet. That's his attitude towards
What it really
touching
is, though, it's the plumbing system. That's why it's really weird. how-
Touche.
Yeah.
And it is sort of public because women are whores, right, Steve?
Well, Danny,
What percentage of women would you say are whores, Steve?
I would put that that would be an individual, you know.
But what is your heart telling you?
I love women. They've all just tried to kill me. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
Is there the one that got away? Do you ever think about one girl?
I think
besides
it was
Was it
Guatemalan.
the Guatemalan?
But dude, I had to be a godfather and all that bullshit that comes with
She had a
all that
kid?
shit. Dude, relationships. Women they fucking
What do you
run
mean?
the show.
What do you mean you had to be a godfather?
What?
What do you just said you had to be a godfather with respect to the Guatemalan woman?
Yeah, so what's that when you're like a godfather or what, a godparent?
So yeah, but
Is
whose kid?
Yeah.
Her sister's kid.
That's not
That means that
It's
it'll
not
be
that big a deal. I never even spoken to my godmother,
Leo,
for example.
a good godparent is supposed to put in at least 30 hours a week interacting with the children. That's how it works.
I mean, you took that seriously? I mean, godparents, you don't have to do anything. You can just never see the kid again.
Oh.
You can just
Well,
go to
that
the
scared
party.
the
no,
fuck
that's
out
not
of me,
true.
though.
Did you know the movie The Godfather is about how Marlon Brando like has to take care of a Guatemalan chick's sister's kid?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It was your story, Steve, The Godfather.
Dude, but yeah,
You come to me on my Guatemalan girlfriend's sister's child's wedding day.
Wait, do you remember the
You come to
scene
me.
when Marlon Brando's playing with the little Guatemalan kid in the yard and then he dies? That kid was Guatemalan.
It's fucking wild, dude.
Isn't it amazing?
And then he dies in the tomato garden.
Bring up the scene. Yeah,
Bring up
it's
that
just
Playboy magazine.
Godfather
Bring up that
death
bush
scene.
out.
Yeah.
Why do
let
I
me
think
tell
I'm going to
you.
be looking at a 12-inch cock in 2
No,
seconds?
he's not.
Thank
No.
God.
Jesse took us. I love you, man.
He loves 12-inch cock.
Took us.
There's a little bit of the buzzing from the
Yeah, they tried to do assassinate. I mean, it's such a high-risk business that they tried to assassinate Brando
Mhm.
because he didn't show up to a T-ball game.
Yeah.
Oh, this is in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but